for...
And BassMage was like, yes, I was labbing.
He was like warming up against Ridley intentionally. He'd be the prophet. You called me the prophet earlier? Nah, that'd be BassMage.
All right, how on earth does Jigglypuff fight Kazuya? This I have to see. Because what does Jigglypuff want to do, right? Jump a lot.
Jump a lot.
What does Kazuya love?
Jumpers.
When people jump.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where you have to ground yourself and grab more than you're used to.
We could see a lot of crouch box shenanigans, right? Because BassMage does have one like the lowest profile crouches.
Oh my god.
And immediately
BassMage's coming out swinging!
0 to death explosion.
Wait. But if Riddles just runs off the Halo platform and reciprocates, that'd be a set. It's interesting.
I think we're just going to see a lot of explosive KOs in this set.
Right.
As immediately demonstrated by BassMage.
Yeah, Jigglypuff comboing Kazuya much more than we'd think, but there's that obvious off-stage predicament too that Kazuya's going to have to deal with later.
And they're just using just weird hurtbox shifting, right? And what a snipe on the high recovery!
Right,
that was
high
all
recovery
predicated.
set him up for the perfect hit off stage.
That was all predicated by BassMage's dash, just going under what Riddles wanted to do. It was insane, and this edge guard, I feel like it went from the one stock to the other without a single beat.
Yeah, he's just holding him left and right. And what's interesting is how fast this is moving compared to what we just saw in a Ryu Sephiroth set, you know? Lots more slow play. They did have projectiles to work with, but these characters really just wail on each other like some bruisers.
Yeah, they're just gonna go in. Fists a flying here. Ooh.
Ooh, the get-up attack actually going to do that fun get-up attack interaction that we all love so much. Sending Riddles to the side, but he's going to make it back safely. Missing an important smash attack there.
Yeah, somehow crossing over. Getting the hit in. And okay, good recoveries, though, so far. Ever since that one edge guard, Riddles has been recovering pretty confidently, I believe, in this game one. Maybe he's got the timings a little bit more figured out. But it might not matter for the result of this game, as that clash goes BassMage's way in a 2-stock.
Yeah, after that high-octane first stock from BassMage, he was taking so many trades until he got these offstage scraps that always turned into his favor. So good awareness on BassMage, always converting those offstage interactions. But Riddles, I'm sure he's not sweating. He has some adaptive plan in his pocket that we shall see shortly.
That must be what I underestimated when thinking about this matchup on paper, right? Is just the way that BassMage is going to shift his hurt boxes under all of the rising EWGFs and all just the strong moves that Kazuya has. Maybe Puff can just go right under them.
Right, and now we're seeing the switch to Terry. And what do you think Terry offers here that Kazuya might have been left to be desired?
A little bit more mix-up on the recovery for sure. I mean, Terry's not really like a strong recovery character, but you have a little bit more mix-up potential, I can say.
Right,
and
you're not drifting in the air for nearly as long.
Also, look at that, how that crack shoot just like takes up so much space. There's really no way that a Puff is gonna like go under that hitbox, right?
Right.
There you go, the invulnerability on that up, he also helped.
Yeah, he has that invulnerability and a little bit more of a hurt box to trade with, a hitbox to trade with, rather. You're gonna sing his way back to the stage, but
no cross-up to be had here. Up smash delivered straight to Puff's face.
Yeah, just called it out right when he let go of shield. Went for the really low crack shoot.
And look at the mix-up. That's what I was saying. What a great recovery. And now Go is online. I think Puff could just explode potentially.
Right. BassMage is going to have to play much more of a rock, paper, scissors game in these offstage interactions. Forward smash not going to close it. A little bit unfortunate. You want to get rid of that meter as soon as possible if you're his opponent, but BassMage finds the answer. That
was a perfect angled back here to just go all the way around the invulnerability of the up B. And oh, you're dead!
That's so unfortunate.
What
Very
a down smash.
Great call out by BassMage. It's one of those two-frame, or one of those characters that always, if not snapped perfectly, can go a little bit above the ledge. And if you capitalize on that, those are going to be some early stocks.
BassMage definitely capitalizing so far. How low can you go? Doesn't matter.
Right, he fell so low without even pressing a button. He kind of just hovered next to him, you know?
Yeah, if you guys blinked, if you went and got a snack in the middle of our vamping there, you might have just missed those 2 games. They went so fast. BassMage up 2-0 on the #1 seed of the tournament with Jigglypuff.
Right, if you're base mage, those are a huge like motivational boost. If you're the type of snowball player that I believe base mage is, you're gonna want to carry that momentum, right? But Riddle's gonna take a deep breath, go into this third match with everything he learned. And I mean, that first set, it looked like he adapted really well. He just has to keep it going like that.
And sticking to the Terry guns, not switching back to Kazuya.
Right, I think that's when you're really showing. That's when you're really just showing a lack of confidence, right? When you switch characters too often. But Riddle's not doing that, sticking to the Terry, and that's okay. He's gonna find his way back to stage. A little bit of a trade on this left side of the stage. What a scrap.
Yeah, very scrappy opening here. Good tech to stay on.
Triple my words over here. Go straight for the guys, or the guys are gonna be a little bit off the mark, and BassMage is gonna find that first stock.
Brilliant maneuvering from BassMage just to keep Riddles off the stage. Don't let him into neutral even one time, because we know what happens when Terry's in neutral. He can kill you. And that will kill Remember, Jigglypuff, lightest character in the game. He just exploded there off of the power dash.
Yeah, he literally power dunked the Puff. He played basketball. A little bit of a space jam. Gonna find his way back to stage with power dunk again.
And there you go. Just crack shoot to pressure the platform.
Right, no one wants to be the one who's under the platform when the other one is whipping a button over it.
And the double jump is burned here. Okay, I believe he did touch the ground, though. Yeah.
Did he? Oh, okay. Still looking for that. Just trading in the center of the stage again. Oh my goodness.
Another great tech, Riddles, with the text to stay alive, and are you okay? I don't think so.
That's that awareness you have to have when your character has a spottier recovery, because you're so used to these offstage scrambles and tech situations. And Riddle's showing quite the mastery of it. We have a last stock game here in winter semis.
And what a turnaround on the neutral air. Setting up a down air as well. Man, this pressure from BassMage has been so strong. But you might be dead here. Oh, instead? Okay. I liked BassMage trying to fade down for the up air instead of just going for straight rust. Up air rust, I believe, would have connected. Woo.
Yeah, and BassMage, the last two games especially, has had a really great record in calling out these air dodges. This game, they're not panning out as much. And Riddles closing out those last two stocks in a total of like 25 seconds at least.
They were scrappy stocks, but again, you see the veteran presence of Riddles, right? Like, you're used to those scraps. You know when to tech to stay alive off the stage in those spots. And then another dash attack just did not cross up, and that's a perfect punish from Riddles, keeping him alive in this winner's bracket in game number 3.
Yeah, the character won't always throw you off guard if you're so used to those situations fundamentally. And that's what he felt out as the veteran, like you referenced. He's really showing out, and I think this game 4 is going to need to bring in a lot of adaptation from now the side of BassMage. Because what was a really comfy 2-0 lead can become now a 2-2 grudge match, right? As we have a potential game 5 in the works.
Taking away all those platforms, we are going to Final Decimation, which I think is a good... I mean, BassMage gets a lot off of tech chases on the platforms, but when your gameplay in this matchup specifically is so edgeguard focused, I agree. Take away any opportunities to like sneak away to a platform off the edge.
Right, and I mean, like, Riddles was living to some later percents this last game and showed that he can really cook when it comes to Buster Wolf at ledge. So if you're BassMage, you want to just avoid those percentages as much as possible. But before finding those percentages, you want to land and get cooking yourself.
Yeah, you do need to get some hits in here. This power dunk's just barely off the mark. Good DI from BassMage and trying to set up that situation we're talking about. But sneaking away. And what a fade on the power dunk that time. You thought it might cross up to the right. But Riddles is using his movement so well.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, he's getting slightly punished for it still, but it shows that he has those mix-ups in his pocket. Yeah, it's so interesting. I didn't even know you could do that.
And you see it in perfect example here when he's trying to sneak to the ledge, but patience pays off for BassMage. Who knows? I will eventually find this back air.
Yeah, and find it he did. Riddles has some catching up to do here on the second stock of his. If you're BassMage, you're loving this extra credit. You're going to farm this till the end of time.
Anything that'll knock you off the stage faster, but oh, the roll scouted.
He had to roll or jump, right? Because that shield was mega low. And I mean, if your shield gets popped as Puff, it's the same situation anyway.
Yeah, it does not matter what percent you're at. You are immediately dead.
Like a balloon.
The shield getting a little low on the other side of Riddles, though, but he's still able to knock the Puff away to the other side of the stage.
Ooh, whiffs an important back air when trying to land, but Riddle's not capitalizing too much off of it.
Up B almost enough to KO. Good DI from BassMage on the lightest character in the game, helping him stay alive.
These up B callouts, man. He's getting so much mileage off of them.
Yeah, and that was from the ground. We saw the previous combo attempt was a rising combo.
Right, and it's still almost killed.
Second time was definitely enough here. Oh, and going for it again.
Oh my gosh.
You are
dead. That catch is landing so well. But it's
How's
one
the
of those
mash?
things, can
How's
he
the
live?
mash? Is that? I wonder if Riddles could have gone for a harder punish there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe he expected the timer to be a lot shorter and just wanted to get off that Halo platform and get damage before he couldn't.
We'll see if that costs him his winner's bracket life. Ooh, okay. Everyone's living.
Yeah, notice how BassMage equalized this so quickly.
Nice tech
Great tech.
again. Go
That
meter
tech
here.
could have been everything. The tech might have walked so Riddles could run. And it's just going to frame trap and take this to a game 5.
What a sneaky up B from Riddles to help stay alive.
And like BassMage had to go vertical with his defensive options. So.
That might have been SDI up into immediate air dodge from BassMage. That was then just caught immediately.
Yeah, and I think even if he drifted, he would have had to drift really far left to still not be in like suction range from that move.
Yeah, because the arms will suction you up into the strong hitbox pretty much as long as you're anywhere near Terry, right?
Right. Yeah, it was definitely like a toilet bowl just waiting to catch some victims. But yeah, we got a game 5. It is time.
Sticking with Terry makes a ton of sense as we've seen Riddles' gameplay develop over this best-of-5 set. Definitely a slobber knocker of a set.
Right.
These two like to beat the snot out of each other with these characters.
Yep, so they're going to duke it out on the Final Destination pick one more time. The perfect, a fitting end to a thrilling best-of-5.
Oh yeah.
If I do say so myself.
A great set between these two. And already opening up pretty evenly here in game number 5. Just glancing blows, 3% between each of them.
Oh, wow.
Missing the tech. We saw Riddles was so good at those for the past couple of games, but
yeah, I swear he's been
whiff.
9-0 on those until now, and that could be pretty detrimental depending on how much BassMage gets on this next stock.
For BassMage, the percent doesn't necessarily matter, right? We've seen so much burst potential, whether it's from rest or from just edge guard sequences.
Right. Like he's getting, as I say that.
The double tap into side B cleans up the BassMage stock.
Yeah, Riddles running back and forth, keeping the hands warm. I like how BassMage shows he's willing to call out aerial options by just throwing blank moves into the air. It's like showing it's a no-fly zone sometimes. And it's keeping Riddles very grounded. But if you're Terry, you're a pretty grounded character anyway. But it's still just like the don't jump, because even though you haven't been that much, I'm calling
you
these
want
out.
to win those air-to-airs.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, power dunk off the mark again. Good DI from BassMage. There's the tech you needed. Into the go!
And that itself is its own no-fly zone.
I cannot believe that BassMage lived that. What amazing DI.
Yeah, I think that's the second eruption he's connected that hasn't, or a geyser that's connected that hasn't killed, but finds the kill anyway with an up air. And now if you're Riddles, you're trailing ahead for the first time in this game.
A wise man once said, if your dash attack KOs, you're carried. And it's
true.
definitely the case as this just kills from, was that at 0? What an explosive end to game number 5.
It might as well could have been. What a just shocking last stock. It's not going to be the end for BassMage. He still has his loser's bracket life. But that was such an explosive last stock and just last 45 seconds here from Riddles.
Incredible stuff. And you see, you don't need Kazuya Mishima to have an explosive character from the FGC. Terry gets it done versus Jigglypuff. I mean, the lightest character in the game plus a lot of rage on the part of Terry Bogard means you explode in an instant.
Yeah, don't doubt this man's counter picks. I think he knows what he needs best, and when it's Terry time for those recovery options you were talking about, let him cook. Let him rock.
Oh, he cooked all right.
He cooked.